Before Greece, before Rome, before any Western civilization existed, Persia had already built the largest empire the world had ever seen. And the world has been trying to understand Iran ever since. Iran is one of the oldest civilizations on Earth. Settlements here date back 7,000 years, but the story the world needs to hear begins in 550 BC, when a tribal leader named Cyrus the Great rose from the southern Iranian plateau and in just a few years conquered the Median, Lydian, and Babylonian empires, creating the world's first superpower. An empire stretching from Greece to India, larger than anything that had come before it. But Cyrus was not just a conqueror. He was the world's first ruler to decree that conquered people could keep their religion, their language, and their customs. He freed the Jewish people from Babylonian captivity and let them return to Jerusalem. He is the only non-Jewish figure in the entire Bible to be called the Messiah. The word paradise comes from the ancient Persian word pardesa, meaning a walled garden. Persia didn't just build an empire, it invented the idea of a civilized world. Persia gave the world algebra, poetry, chess, the postal system, and one of the world's first monotheistic religions, Zoroastrianism, which directly influenced Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. At Persepolis, they built a ceremonial capital so magnificent that when Alexander the Great finally conquered it in 330 BC, he wept. Then he burned it to the ground, the greatest act of cultural destruction in the ancient world, and Iran rebuilt from it completely. For the next 1,000 years, Persia was invaded by Greeks, Arabs, Turks, and Mongols, and every single time absorbed its conquerors into Persian culture rather than the other way around. The Arabs conquered Persia in 651 AD and brought Islam, but within 2 centuries, Persian scholars were leading the Islamic Golden Age, producing the greatest advances in mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy the medieval world had ever seen. Persia didn't just survive conquest, it civilized its conquerors. In 1979, Iran had a revolution that shocked the world. The Shah was overthrown and the Islamic Republic was established. Iran went from one of the most modernizing nations in the Middle East to an Islamic theocracy almost overnight. The revolution that was meant to bring freedom produced a different kind of authority, and Iran has been in conflict with the Western world ever since. A country of 90 million people, one of the oldest civilizations on Earth, seen almost entirely through the lens of its most recent 45 years. Iran is not just a country, it is a civilization 7,000 years old that invented poetry, paradise, and the idea of human rights, that produced Cyrus the Great and Rumi and Algebra, and the most magnificent empire the ancient world had ever seen. Whatever you think you know about Iran, you are looking at 45 years of a 7,000-year story. The rest of it is extraordinary.